Hi all, today we will discuss two important topics related to the theory of postcolonialism. One is identity and the second one is representation. Regarding identity, it is a much discussed term. Almost all the books on postcolonial literature and criticism speaks identity as one of its key characteristics. What is identity? Basically, a definition of identity will give importance to the sense of one's self. So, what do you understand about yourself? What is your identity? So, this identity is actually created with an amalgamation of our experiences, our memories, our relationships, and the values that we have in our life. It is something that is made over time. Your identity will change over time. It is not the same identity that you had 10 years ago. The experiences you have in your life, the relationships you have, the attitude towards the relationships, everything has a very important role to play in shaping your identity. We can see that one's identity changes over time, especially once you have faced a severe disease and you have recovered from it, our identity will change, our attitude towards the life changes. So, this is what you mean by identity. So, identity is basically one's sense of self. What do you understand about yourself? In a post colonial context, identity is much related to the identity of the colonized. And in many cases, we can see that the colonized has a dual identity. There is a dichotomy of identity in the colonized. There is a duality in the identity. We can see that he is confused. Where does he belong to? Is he still a colonized person under the West? Or is he a controller of his own life, his own feelings? So that is a crisis that we can see in the identity of a colonized. Now, the next important topic that is put forward by the post-colonial critics is regarding the representation. So here I have posted a lot of postcards that were popular in Europe at the time of the colonial rule in the East. So in all these postcards, you can see that the women of East is seen as erotic subjects. So this is what actually we mean by representation. So in discussing representation, we are concerned about the two views on representation, the Occidental and the Oriental views. So in the text Orientalism by Edward Said, he says, there is very little consent to be found in the fact that Flaubert's encounter with an Egyptian courtesan produced a widely influential model of the Oriental woman. She never spoke of herself. She never represented her emotions, presence, or history. So here we can see that this Oriental woman is not speaking about herself. She is not expressing herself. But who is expressing her feelings? It is done by Flaubert. So he is saying what she is feeling. He was foreign, comparatively wealthy male. So these are the qualities of a person who does this representation, the Occidental view. He was foreign from the West, then he was wealthy and he was a male. So they had the upper hand. And these were the historical facts of domination. So any person who was a native, who was a poor and who was a female, they had faced this after effects of representation. They were represented in a wrong way by the West. So that was also another problem that is put forward by post-colonial theory. Everywhere we can see that the West was trying to explain the East. They were trying to say that the East is like that. We will see more about these two topics in our next class. Thank you.